Hello everyone and welcome back to another book review. I have a nice cup of coffee here this morning that I'm working through. It's sunny outside, so I'm having a good day, and today I'm going to be reviewing one of the funniest authors and a book I had an absolute blast reading. And that is Terry Pratchett, Witches Abroad. So if you have not read anything in Discworld is a big fantasy world that's been created by Terry Pratchett, and they're inside this whole series involving Discworld. There's multiple kind of sub-series. They're all really good. I've really enjoyed everything that Terry Pratchett has put out, but some of my favorite sub-series include City Watch, or the City Guards series with Sam Vines, which involves Guards, which is a book I've previously reviewed, and The Witches. The Witches are so funny. They are hilarious. They have me cracking up every single time. I absolutely love them. So I knew I was going to like Witches Abroad. I pulled it off the shelf at the library and it did not disappoint. I was laughing so hard throughout this entire book. I was falling off the couch. It was so funny. And I've got to pick myself up a copy as soon as I find one secondhand or new. I do have some money to spend on Amazon, so who knows? Or I could go to a local bookstore. That would be another good idea. So Witches Abroad starts with one of the witches dying. Desiderata, she's a fairy godmother, and she bequeaths her fairy godmother wand to Margaret Garlick, who is this young girl who has been described throughout the series as a, quote, wet hen. And she has been tasked with stopping a princess from marrying a prince in a foreign town. And at first we're kind of not really sure why she wants us to stop, or wants Margaret to stop this girl from marrying the prince. Sounds pretty normal to me. And she's explicitly told to not include the other two witches, who are two older women who are quite the characters, and those are Granny Weatherwax and Nanny Ogg, so Granny and Nanny. These two women they almost act like an old married couple, and they are so funny, and they're going on their first international road trip through Discworld with Margaret, and they're going to stop this princess who doesn't know she's a princess, from marrying a prince. And this is their jaunt across Discworld as they go to stop this. I could not, this book was really, really funny. It was, a lot of this was a play on fairy godmothers, but also classical fairy tales and stories, and it involves a lot of work with mirrors. So we find out that fairy godmothers are twinned, so there's a bad fairy godmother and a good or evil fairy godmother and a good fairy godmother, and there's a lot of emphasis on the power of stories and how you can't really force someone else to be happy by making changes in their life. But mostly this is just them going to other countries and leaving their little insular community for the first time, or maybe not the first time, but their first time going through this very long international trip as they figure out the wide world. We have Grebo the cat, who is described as a bag of water when he's picked up, just kind of folded over. A very assertive tomcat who really loves his owner. We have Granny and Nanny, who are intent on accompanying Margaret despite them not supposed to be coming along. And we have an evil fairy godmother, we have a princess, we have everything and a prince who also might not be entirely a prince. And we just get to see a lot more of the world. I don't want to get too much into it because it's really just them going from town to town and having these little experiences in all these towns as they go along their trip. It is incredibly entertaining. This isn't the first entry in the what is it? I don't know if it's called Weird Sisters. There's again, sub-series within the series of Discworld. So if The Witches is a really good way to enter Discworld, I think. Or it's very entertaining. I don't really think you can do it wrong, but I think it is very, very entertaining, and I really like their storyline. So this series is a really good entrance point. This is not the first one, so maybe you should start back. I think Weird Sisters is the first one in the Witches storyline, but I will confirm that. But this is just a very entertaining line to follow in Discworld. So if you're not really sure where to start, there's charts online, but starting with this is, or at least getting to this part of the series is very, very entertaining for me. And I just can't say enough. I love the witches. I love the hijinks they get up to, and I really, really enjoyed reading this book. This was a 5-star read for me. Again, I was laughing the entire time. You can't ask for anything more than that. And it was classic Terry Pratchett. I love his stuff. I've loved his books. And I'm going to be getting my hands on a copy of this personally. If you've read this book or have any thoughts, please let me know. Other than that, everyone, I hope you have a great rest of your day.